Guys, I woke up so anxious. I am about to sit down with one of my favorite women from Eswatini, but one of our greatest exports as well. So, yeah. Yo, that took a minute. That took a minute.
I know, right? How are you?
I'm good, babe. How are you doing? I wonder. Wait, let me sort out my lighting.
When are you gonna start recording? You must let me know. I'm not phone.
I'm already recording, actually.
This girl.
I'm just exposing that you don't like noodles, that you eat noodles, and you went through some rough boarding school life.
All of it.
So you and me haven't done like, sorry, I just need to sort out my nose. We haven't done like a sit down interview since the first one that we did, which was I think 2018.
18.
Or was it?
18 for that. I'm back to the kingdom.
Mm-hmm. So what has the girl been up to since?
Oh my god. Wow. The girl has been doing a lot, including just going through the journey of finding thyself, which is a never ending journey. Meeting people here and there, making efforts here and there. I worked with a couple of organizations while in the kingdom. I worked with PACT, I worked with Pango, the Coordinating Assembly of NGOs. I worked with quite a significant number of organizations. Of course, for continuity in raising either HIV awareness and disclosure and so on.
Okay.
It's just been, I've been busy a lot.
So for anyone who might not know what you do, and I don't know why they wouldn't know what you do, just give us like a brief summary of who Zandile Simelane is and, what you're all about, sis.
Okay, so wow, besides being a positive living ambassador, and I say positive living because it's a choice, and I got to positive living because of HIV disclosure, where I disclosed my HIV status. So what Zandile then decided to do is take it upon herself to raise awareness of HIV infections and sort of just try and normalize the conversation around HIV, especially where disclosure is involved, because it plays a huge role in decreasing the numbers of new infections, because if you know someone's status and so forth. So that's been my job for the past almost 8 years. And how this came about is I use social media to sort of get through to young people and the youth, because they are on social media. So I use social media as my bridge to get to these young minds, and just
Has it gotten easier over the years, like when you first started in activism and where you are right now? Has it gotten easier? Has it gotten easier?
I wouldn't say easier. I think I've just gotten used to it. It really doesn't get easy. There's nothing more difficult. I always say there's nothing more difficult than changing mentality.
Yeah.
It hasn't really gotten easier. I've gotten used to it, because at the end of the day, you are dealing with different people as you grow. You may not deal with the same people, so you experience it the same way all the time. Um, so I think I've just mentally adjusted to what I'm doing, rather than, so it's maybe become easier because I understand better and I understand the dynamics involved better. It never really gets easy.
Yeah, I can imagine. But right now, you've got this really exciting new post coming to us live from, like, you're not in the country. I mean, yeah. So
No, I'm not.
so let's talk about this new exciting post you have and how that came about and all of that.
Okay. The new post is I have been appointed, not the vice president, there was an edit there in the newspaper. I've been appointed the vice chairperson of the Mpumalanga Youth Council Organisation. Now, what Michael is it's an organisation that sort of caters for the vulnerable children and orphans in a certain area, well, in Mpumalanga to be specific, but one or two towns in Mpumalanga, not the whole of Mpumalanga yet. And what Michael is just stands as a youth support for not only the children, but the children after school program for young people. We have a feeding scheme for young people. We have it's quite a lot. It's just a community based organization that is in support of bettering the lives of the youth.
Okay. That sounds really exciting. And honestly, you're making so many waves, babe. You're doing so many things. That's why the other day I had a whole appreciation tweet for you because wow. You're doing the most. So what's ironic?
Trying.
No, that's not trying, babes. I don't know what that is. So what's funny is I had these questions set up, and one of the most random questions I have here is very ironic because you were eating this thing right before we started. So,
okay.
If you had to choose between never speaking again or never eating noodles again, which one?
Never eating noodles again.
Like, obviously.
I can do without them.
So everyone has been in lockdown for like a minute, and Kumbula, when we started lockdown, people were doing crazy things on social media. People were making a maguinya, people were making their own alcohol, people were doing like wild things. What's your wildest lockdown attempt at anything? Like,
it wasn't wild. It was so I learned how to curl my natural hair through a YouTube channel.
sister, a tutorial, Pena.
Yeah, well, there's so many. That's the thing. Like I was confused through so many because I couldn't go to the salon and my hair was a mess. And you know, natural hair, the tales of natural hair.
Right.
So I found a few products in the house and I curled my hair. It was so cute, but it lasted like only a day.
How long have you had your hair natural?
2 years.
2 years. And it's a struggle. Hey, I recently cut mine, so yeah.
Enjoy the journey again. I'm not going to go through it. Good luck with it. I am not going to go through the early stages again. It's like not wanting to go back to an abusive relationship.
Yeah, I get you. And speaking about abusive relationships, the timeline is so triggering lately, honestly. There's just so much that's going on. And it's not even lately. Like, the timeline has always been triggering with this whole gender-based violence and all of that. Do you think we are doing enough to fight it, to curb it? Like, what can we do? What more should we be doing?
You know, I had this conversation yesterday on a different platform, and we did come up with quite a number of ideas and solutions, but they all, to be honest, they all seem great when you vocalize them, but I think it's the executing that becomes a challenge. For instance, one of my thoughts about a woman who is being abused is she's not empowered most of the time, which is why it has been difficult for her to leave, you know. So the empowerment issue is a real thing.
Yeah.
The teaching, and because now she's empowered, she's able to talk, she's able to voice, she's able to echo her feelings and what is going on. And then the second thing is what would be great is I don't know, some type of support mechanism.
Yeah.
Because now another challenge is the people around you sometimes don't believe you, sometimes believe it,
Yeah.
and which has been a contributing factor to people going back to their abusive relationships. Because I have the footage, I have voice, I have the people around me. I'm making excuses for this human being, and just like also with empowerment, the self-worth issue comes where you know your worth, so you'll not. So it's empowerment, and fixing a system that we can't fix.
Yeah. Because this has been going
Failed
on.
us.
It's been going on for a minute. Like our mothers went through it, grandmothers went through it. Now our kids are going through it. So it's like, when does it stop? When does
it stop? Because now, what then happens if or when the people that are supposed to be helping you are the ones that are looking on, and they go back to the system? How many times have you had cases where these cases have been reported, but then when you get to the police station, I once did a run, like a big run. I went to the police station and said I have been assaulted by my partner. They asked where he is, and I said he is at home, because then he was non-existent, remember. So they said, tell him to come here with you tomorrow.
What the hell? What?
We laugh, but it's not funny.
Like, it shouldn't be. Like, what the hell?
No. And I just stood there like, what did you just say? At the same time, I understand that I was wrong for putting on a scenario that was non-existent, because then they would have initiated. And this was just another, way of proving that even our
the system is flawed. Yeah, the people who are supposed to protect and serve aren't really protecting and serving.
Yes.
That's next level messed up. What do you think about cancel culture? Like, remember when? Okay, I don't want to call out some names, but there's a lot of people who have been cancelled on teeny Twitter for gender-based violence or assault or rape and all of that. What do you think about canceling people instead of rehabilitating? Is it possible for these people to be rehabilitated, or really just cancel them? They'll never change.
It's never a good thing to give up on human beings, on anyone. Maybe that's just me, because I believe somewhere in there, there's a better person that did not, that was able to ignore all the trauma, but it remained. Do you understand? Where yes, you're traumatized, but there's the real you that's still in there and saying there's hope. So yes, I do believe in counseling people. I still do believe that people do have the power to change should they realize the strength within them and understand that they can move on after whatever has happened into their life, in their life, So it shouldn't be a segude. There's always something, Yes, it may not be as impactful as we would like it to be, but with gradual implementation, gradual steps, I think we would be onto something.
Yeah. Guess we could just hold our breath and cross fingers that eventually Batoba sharp and things will get better. But moving away from all the heavy stuff. Let's move away from all the heavy stuff. Let's talk love, because you've been in our faces as single people and being like, love lives here. And I'm obey. What has your current relationship taught you? Like, what has it taught you about love?
Wow, my relationship.
Yes, babes, your relationship.
Yeah, the thing is, I not remember the last time I was appreciated and supported the way that I currently am. I can't. my relationship has really taught me to relive the love that I've always had, but haven't been able to share because the world is so broken and damaged, and so the human beings in it. My relationship has taught me to just love myself better, and I'm the ish.
You're the
My
ish.
partner is my number one fan. I kid you not. Like, he was saying as big. Oh, so you think I'm your boyfriend only? I'm your... Listen, girl.
Where do we find men like that? Batholakala kuphi? Batholakala kuphi men like that? Where do we shop for them? What's the website?
Ask if he has brothers or brothers that are in
Zada, bomakhelwane will do. But then,
I think this relationship came at a time where and this is a quick story that he tells about us, about our relationship. When I met him, I ghosted him for a year and a half, and then
consistency. Wow.
I ghosted him for a year and a half. I met him again. I bumped into him like 6 months later, and he's like, I'm like, nice seeing you. I think it was a bushfire. Like, oh, so nice seeing you. I'll be back. And then I didn't come back. And then a couple of months later, I bumped into him. No, a year later, I bumped into him at a shopping center, and he said, the last time, he said, give me your number. Or let me give you your number. I think I took his number and I didn't call him. So, and then I bumped into him not long after that. He's like, listen, every time we have this, he always runs, so I'm going to take your number now.
Take control of this situation.
I'm like, okay. He called me 3 days later. He says he was punishing me to make me feel. I mean, I didn't call him for a year. So
I guess it's only fair.
And after he called me, the rest was history. Literally, like, and I knew. I think that's why I was avoiding him. I knew, if I give in here, I would go in and put in such.
But I'm really happy for you, especially because Black women hardly find good love, and when they do find love, we get preached the narrative of, kwamele uwe uvuke naye, gotta struggle it out, gotta go through some hardships and whatnot. And I don't subscribe to struggle love, and no one should subscribe to it. So to see people genuinely happy is, honestly, it's amazing. I'm happy.
Thank you. I'm loving it.
So I just wanna, I know you don't, the first time we had our interview, you said you don't like going back to that place where you are reliving when you first got diagnosed and all of that. And I don't want to go there. But what I do want to ask is, what would you say to Zandile at 17? Now that you've gained all this knowledge, all this wisdom, all this love, all this, knowing yourself, what would you say to her in that moment?
It gets better. I would tell Zandile it gets better. I would tell her she just has to keep going, and she has to be more responsible. Yeah, I think that place was a sense of, one was lost, and yeah. So I'd tell her it gets better, and she should just be patient and keep on keeping, and be responsible while she's at it. Make more responsible decisions.
Well, babe, thank you so much. Like, you're doing so much. You're giving a voice to so many people who aren't at that place where they can openly speak out. And I have been seeing a whole lot of people now coming out and being very vocal about their status and trying to like eradicate the stigma. But you started this whole thing, honestly, for our generation. You started it. And we are honestly grateful. We don't deserve to breathe the same air as you, babes. We are unworthy of you.
I've made it!
Just to end off our nice sit down, please sign off with your favorite song right now. I don't care if you rap it, if you sing it, or whatnot. That's how we're signing off.
Oh my god. 2 seconds.
Okay. Take your time.
Music. At least sing along, because I feel like my voice is so bad.
So you want us both to expose ourselves?
You might not hear the song.
Okay. Okay. All right. What song is this?
Coming. Let us strive. Heaven can wait.
What?
Let us live forever. I love it. It is
What?
Like my total favorite. I've been waking up with this song for the past God knows how long.
That is a long time. This song is old.
Forever young. It says something about me.
Okay. That's honestly a dope song, babe. That's really amazing. Thank you so much for your time. This was fun.
Thank you. And I said this on a WhatsApp, on while we were chatting on WhatsApp. So proud of you. Keep on keeping, like you are doing the best at giving people like me and people who are growing at chances of, you know, having a platform where they can echo themselves. And that's exactly what is needed. We need to echo ourselves. We need to blab. I like blabbing. Give me a chance to talk. Even when I'm feeling like, I've got cramps, I will do it.
I'm so sorry about those cramps. I know those struggles, hey?
It's going to help another person, I hope. It's going to it's going to give you more more experience in what you love doing and what you're doing.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you, girl.
Thank you. And in your words, Nyazama. I'm trying. Thank you so much, babe. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. All right. Stay pretty.
I'll try.